Hey everyone, Shadowwraith back again, this time with my pet Orbeast to bring you a fantastic Warlock build. This is a build that I've used before, but it's gotten even better this season because of some of the new mods. It can cover all champion types and all shield types, and it can blind things. Buddy, could I get some personal space, please? Alright, anyway, like I was saying, because of some of the new artifact mods this season, it's taken this build to another level. For example, your overcharged Void Grenades now spawn Warmind cells. So here's some footage from running a Master Lost sector, and I'm running this under light. I think I'm about 12 levels under light here. We've got the 7 Seraph Officer Revolver for Warmind cells. We've got Eriana's Vow for dealing higher DPS to champions, and we've got an Unstoppable Grenade Launcher that will also give us a 30% debuff. So it's like having a pocket hunter tether. And even in this Master Lost sector, you can see I was able to one-shot that barrier's shield with the debuff and Eriana's Vow. So hugely effective, and it'll also let you absolutely melt champions with your super. One other note, this is probably the first time I've ever used the Cellular Suppression mod in one of my builds. When you spawn a Warmind cell, if you hit that Warmind cell, it sends out a burst of suppressing energy. It's like a blinding grenade. So typically I'm running like a blinding grenade launcher, but now I can use Warmind cells to do the same thing. It's really effective. Anything below an ultra enemy, so like bosses will not get blinded, but this Lost Sector boss is categorized as an ultra, so you can see he and the little 2 ultra guys next to him are blinded, but this champion is not. One other note for Warmind cells, they don't randomly spawn. It's like a bar that you have to fill up, and the more enemies you kill, the higher the bar gets. So killing an ultra, which is a yellow bar, you can see right here, just gave me another Warmind cell off of a single kill. It generally takes like 4 or 5 red bars to get a Warmind cell. So they're not random. They're pretty consistent. Keep track of your kills and you'll see that. All right, if that looks interesting to you, let's jump into the build. We are going to be running Top Tree Voidwalker, Attunement of Chaos. The main reason we are running this is for Chaos Accelerant. Overcharge your grenade, making it deadlier and more effective. That's huge. And then Entropic Pool, your melee gives you grenade energy back. Bloom, Void abilities cause enemies to explode, and Cataclysm, your Nova Bomb tracks and spawns little tracking projectiles. But Chaos Accelerant is the main thing we're running here. This is an amazing perk, and we're going to pair that with Vortex Grenades, probably the best grenade on Warlocks in my mind. In high-level content, stuff will sit in your grenade and just take a ton of damage. Healing Rift for survivability, and then run whatever jump you like. I run Strafe Glide for the ability to control in the air. Then we're going to pair that with the Contraverse Hold Exotics, where you can gain damage resistance while charging the grenade, and then when you throw the grenade, hits give you extra grenade energy back. And the way this perk works is it has a cooldown, so your initial hit of damage will give you generally between like 30 and 70% of your grenade, and then if something stands in your grenade long enough, you'll get a second proc of this effect, and generally get your grenade back instantly. Then we are running Warmind's Decree, the artifact mod, Void Splash Damage, Final Blows, have a chance to spawn Warmind cells. It's huge. You get a ton of Warmind cells by running this with your charged Void Grenades. If you are running lower level content, I've seen a lot of builds that use Devour. That's great for low level content. I do not recommend that for like Master and GM level stuff. But hey, switch to Devour if you're running like basic stuff. All right. If you are running lower level things, all you have to do is swap out Contraverse Hold for something like Nezarec Sin, Verity's Brow, or even the new boots that just came out. Run whatever you want in low-level content. As I said, this is for high-level content, so that's why we're running Top Tree Void. All right, jumping to weapons. We're going to be running 7 Seraph Officer Revolver so that we can get Overload, and timed payload works really well with Overload Hand Cannon because when the timed payload shot goes off, it counts as another hand cannon shot, so it actually only takes 2 shots of this hand cannon to overload a champion instead of like 3. And then Ambitious Assassin for more rounds in the mag after kills. Overall, it's a nice weapon. Highly recommend timed payload for overload hand cannons. Then we're running Eriana's Vow. Now that there is no anti-barrier sniper, Eriana's Vow is probably the top anti-barrier weapon out there. Highly recommend trying this thing out. The Catalyst makes it amazing. It's got the perk Death at First Glance, so you're getting extra damage when you're aiming down sight. And then you keep that as you get crits. And then the Catalyst gives you auto-loading holster and an extra 50% mag boost. That is almost essential for running this weapon. So Eriana's Vow, one of my favorites. Glad it's back. And then lastly, we're going to be running Interference 6. And this is a arc grenade launcher. I'm running auto-loading holster and spike grenades for the extra damage, and then Demolitionist in case we need extra grenade energy. Main reason we are running a grenade launcher here is because the artifact mod Breach and Clear. When using a grenade launcher, damaging a boss, champion, or breaking a shield reloads your stowed weapons and gives you an increase in damage. So this debuffs the target by 30%. That's like basically having a hunter tether whenever you want it, just by running a grenade launcher. One of the best mods on this entire artifact. So that's why we're running a grenade launcher. The other perk is we have Void, Solar, and Arc all covered with this build, as well as Overload, Anti-Barrier, and Unstoppables. So we can cover all 3 champ types and all 3 shield types. This is great if you're like trying to run some friends through and they need your help, like taking down champions. You can cover them all on your own. All right, a couple alternative weapon loadouts. If you want to run Anti-Barrier Scout here, that's a great option. And then instead of Eriana's Vow, you could run something like an Overload Hand Cannon or Overload SMG, depending on the champ type. Or you could run Truth Teller with like Blinding, Autoloading, and Demo. And then here, if you've got Anarchy, that's going to be absolutely top tier in Master and GM content. Or you could use something like Deathbringer. But if you're running a non-grenade launcher in your heavy slot, I'd recommend running a grenade launcher in your energy or kinetic slot. So some other options, you could run Wither Horde in your kinetic slot. That's actually a lot of fun. You'll get the Unstoppable and the debuff from that. And then you could run like Anti-Barrier, Auto Rifle, or Anti-Barrier Scout in your energy slot. And then you could use just any other legendary heavy weapon that you enjoy in your heavy slot. So there are a lot of options here. Basically, just look at what content you're going to be running in the shield types and champion types and plan accordingly. All right, jumping down to our artifacts mod. Like I said, we're running Breach and Clear. This is one of the best mods on the artifact for the 30% debuff. And then we also have the Warmind's Decree, huge for those void splash damage kills. And then we have Unstoppable Grenade Launcher. You can run Hammer of the Warmind if you want. I'm running some different mods, but this is an option if you want to try it. And then this build also works really well with Ashes to Assets. I have the normal mod that I use, but if you want the extra energy, you can use this one. It only costs 1 instead of 3. And then Grenade Launcher Scavenger, and then run whatever anti-champion mod for your primaries that you happen to be using with this build. All right, over to armor mods. Starting with the helmet, we're going to be running Warmind's Decree, as I said, and then we have Grenade Ammo Finder, and then Ashes to Assets. And if you run the artifact version, it'll cost 1 instead of 3, which will give you enough energy to then maybe run a Discipline mod or something if you need that. On our arms, we have Protective Light. While charged with light, you gain significant damage resistance against combatants when your shields are destroyed. This is huge for survivability and high-level content. Highly recommend running it. Then Unstoppable Grenade Launcher and Overload Hand Cannon. On our chest, we're going to be running Cellular Suppression. Damaging Warmind Cell creates a burst of suppression energy. Additionally, you deal less damage to Warmind Cells. This will make it harder to use Warmind Cells for ad clearing because it takes way more shots to kill them. But having the blinding effect is really, really great. If you don't want to use this, you could run something like Taking Charge instead. Feel free to run whatever you want here. And then we have Concussive Dampener for survivability and sniper damage resist, and a Discipline mod. Jumping down to our legs, we're going to be running Charge Harvester. While you are not charged with light, any kill or assist has a small cumulative chance to cause you to become charged with light. This is great because now your grenade kills will get you charged with light. I prefer this to Taking Charge in this scenario because I'm not getting a ton of weapon kills for those Masterwork orbs, but you could run Taking Charge instead if you prefer. All right, Grenade Launcher Scavenger for the extra ammo, Hand Cannon Scavenger for the extra ammo, and then a Discipline mod again. And then lastly, on our bond, we have Global Reach for the extended effect on Warmind Cells. It's great. And then Breach and Clear for that 30% debuff. You definitely want 100 Discipline if you can on this build, so that if you don't get the Contraverse Hold thing to proc twice, you'll get your grenade back pretty quickly anyway. And as always, I know I threw a lot of information at you, so let's jump into a Legendary Lost Sector to talk through how the build works in practice. So we have an Unstoppable Champion. We throw a Void Grenade and then hit him with our Heavy Grenade Launcher to stop him and get the 30% damage debuff. Then we let him die to our Void Grenade, which gives us a Warmind Cell. Pop the Warmind Cell to blind and destroy a bunch of ads nearby. Toss another grenade because we got it back so fast with Contraverse Holds. And then let the Barrier Champion die to the grenade again to get another Warmind Cell. And then pop that Warmind Cell to blind things and blow it up to kill ads. Jump up to the top. Use the rock for cover. stop the champion, watch our grenade energy regen due to Contraverse Hold's first proc gets us 90%, second proc gets us our grenade back. Pop another Warmind Cell. That's keeping me alive because a lot of the ads aren't actually shooting at me, so there's only a few that are farther away. Kill the second Unstoppable. Use Eriana's to do a little bit of ad clear here. And then you'll see the Cellular Suppression come out really well here. I toss a grenade on, and the nice thing is, when these Ultras die, they'll explode and the Warmind Cell will spawn. And then when they explode, it actually sets off the Cellular Suppression mod on the Warmind Cell. So he's already blind before I even have to shoot the Warmind Cell. Finish off the boss. We got a bunch of super energy from all the grenade kills. Gets our Nova Bomb up super quick. And there you go. Lost sector done in a minute and a half. Hopefully this was helpful. If it was, would really appreciate the like or the subscribe. Thanks for watching, and catch y'all next time.